Let's do it. Let's do a role play.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So the context is you're a founder named Ralph, and you're a Series A funded company. You have one open position you're hiring for.
Like this concept of cold calling hiring managers, I think that's a newer thing that has popped up in the recent years in terms of like in the past, a quality LinkedIn message would kind of break through the noise. I still think it does, but more people are wise to the fact that you should send a message to the hiring manager. So there's way more, and it's harder to stand out than it was maybe 2 to 3 years ago, if that's fair to say. So a lot more people are cold calling hiring managers. And I'd love maybe not even like a formal role play or anything, but like how would you, for everyone's reference, like structure a cold call? Let's say that the hiring manager actually picks up, like how are you constructing that cold call? And or like even if we ad hoc wanted to do like a live role play, we could, but I don't want to put you on the spot. But I think obviously with your experience cold calling, that would be a fun one to kind of dive into for everyone's reference. So
let's do it. Let's do a role play.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So the context is you're a founder named Ralph, and you're a Series A funded company. You have one open position you're hiring for, and that's the context.
Okay. What's the position, by the way? Sorry.
Let's just say it's sales.
Sales.
So just general sales.
General sales.
I'm just
My name's Ralph.
Your name's Ralph.
Okay. All right.
Ring, 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 ring.
Hello.
Hey, Ralph. My name is Trent. The reason I'm giving you a call is I had sent you an email 3 days ago with an application video for the open position for sales. I'm curious, are you still looking to fill that position?
Yeah. I think we're actively interviewing people.
Amazing. I was hoping you'd say that. I'm really interested in your company for XYZ reasons. I resonate with the mission. I resonate with the culture. I bring 5 years of software sales experience, and I'm really interested in speaking with your team. Who would be the best person on your team to speak with to be able to get an interview set up?
I guess that would be our HR team.
All right. So I noticed in my research that would be Shea in HR. I had sent her an email as well. Would you be able to pass my information along to Shea, or what would be the best way to get in contact with her so I can put my best foot forward?
Yeah, I guess if you reached out, are you guys already in communication, or?
I had sent her an email. I actually put together a video of me pitching your product to you just so you can see what I'm all about. I'd sent her the email. I sent you the email. Would it be appropriate for me to maybe send you a follow-up email so you have my information and you could forward along to Shea?
Yeah, that sounds good. I can forward your information, and appreciate the call.
Fantastic. Well, I really appreciate it, Ralph, and hope you have a great rest of your day.
Nice. All right.
So that's all I would do. Is I was really thinking about this today because I was actually calling this company, and I identified the founder, that's who they are, the leader of sales, and the leader of HR. I called them all today. The numbers I was calling, the first one was invalid, and then I found the real one. That's why I ended up having to call the sales line. But I was thinking about, depending on who I'm calling, if I'm calling the founder, I'm not going to really go into some crazy pitch. I'm just saying the reason I'm calling you is I sent you an email a few days ago with this application. I want them to see the email. That's the main thing. And then secondly, I want to validate, are you still looking for this position? So either they know or they don't know. And then once they confirm, all right, great, reiterate my interest, who I am. So now they're thinking, all right, this is interesting. Who would be the best person to speak with? Because they even though they are the owner, someone else would actually oversee deciding if you get the role or not. Oh, that's HR. Okay, great. I already know HR is important here. I've already reached out to HR. I need to get HR's attention. All right, so can you help me get basically a hold of HR? So all of a sudden he gets off the call. He's going to send her a Slack message. I'm going to send him another email. And one way or another, she's going to take a look at it. Doesn't guarantee she'll respond. Yeah. But how many people are doing that?
Yeah,
not many people are doing that, let alone have actually spent 4 hours researching to make a 7-minute video.
Yeah.
That's what I did. I pitched the product with the belief that it's better than any other salespeople today. I was thinking if they could just look at this is better than, and they're gonna send it to their salespeople saying he's better than everyone we have today. Like, we got to give this guy a look. Yeah. And that approach is a little bit more bold than perhaps I would at a big public company.
Yeah.
So if you're going for a small startup, it's going to be a little different than if you're going for Microsoft Azure. So keep that in mind with your boldness. But ultimately, like you said, it's more competitive. How are you going to stand out?
Yeah, for sure. And just quick follow up on that too. Like, if you are going for a bigger company, is it the personas that change? Is it the amount of research you do? Like, maybe just for everyone watching, like what would change if you're going for I think Cloudflare has like 10,000 plus employees, right? So what would you do in that situation differently?
So I'm looking at CrowdStrike, and they're a $70 billion market cap cybersecurity company. And the way I do research is I go to LinkedIn Sales Navigator and I start looking through all their employees just to get a sense of SMB, small, medium business, mid-market, corporate, enterprise. Who are the different players here? Talent acquisition. Who's in talent acquisition? Recruiting. It's more of a guessing game because their talent acquisition department could be 12 people. They could have 300 sales reps, 50 sales managers. They could have a lot of people in HR and a VP of HR who's so disconnected from the hiring. So that's the challenge of bigger companies is you cannot always pinpoint who exactly you need to be reaching out to. Whereas at the small company, there's one HR person, there's one salesperson, there's one founder. So I know definitively those are the influencers. Those are the decision makers that will decide if they give me an interview and will decide if I get an offer. Whereas at the big company, it's typically by committee. You don't always know who it is, and it's harder to network your way in those companies. So that's why a network would matter. So I know someone at CrowdStrike. I sent him a text and I said, who's the best enterprise manager? He didn't know, so that wasn't helpful. But then he's like, hey, my AE said he'll refer you. Newsflash, if someone refers you, I don't think it helps your odds. It just gives them a bonus if you end up getting hired. So the referrals don't really matter. But the thing not to lose sight of, how are the recruiters incentivized? They get compensated based on hiring people, and ideally those people stay for 6 months, whatever. They have a quota. They're in sales. Their game is selling these open positions to get them hired. So you are helping them be more successful by reaching out to them, by sharing as much about you as possible, and convincing them to get you an interview. Can they get you the interview? Who can get you the interview? And that's why you want to be reaching out to these people, because that's how they get paid.
Yeah.
So you're doing their job for them.
Yeah.
I'm doing them all a favor.
No, that's hilarious. No, it's good deep dive. Yeah, I think I don't know, is there anything high level that I missed, or like I think that's great. A lot of context, a lot of great examples. Yeah. Anything else come to mind?
Patience. I decided recently that I was going to go back on this journey, and you sit there questioning, just you're throwing these shots into the universe, and sometimes you don't hear back. I think I'm qualified enough to get a position, to get a account executive position at a good company. I think I have what it takes, but they don't always know that, or they don't know who you are. So I think just staying patient, that your opportunity will come, and that's what the experience is like. A lot of not hearing back, a lot of persistence, and just because you don't hear back, or just because you don't get the offer, that's not a condition upon which you should be more or less confident. I think it's you being yourself, accepting yourself, regardless of the job or not. Because if you define yourself by getting the job, or define yourself by the performance in the job, it most likely will lead to dissatisfaction.
Yeah. Well, my hope is that we see peak Trent Dressel form at Gong. Posting on LinkedIn multiple times a day, dude. That might fingers crossed. Dude.
That would be the pinnacle of everything.
The third eye fully activated.
Get a Gong tattoo. Yeah. I've accepted a position at Gong, and I'll be here the rest of my career. Expect 3 LinkedIn posts a day.
Yeah, you get
and there's nothing you can do about it.
I accepted an offer at Gong. I am very excited. Multiple returns in between the lines, dude. So
I'm back.
Exactly.
I'm back.
Yeah. So awesome.
That'd be amazing. And if you know, you know, but most people won't know. But
yeah, so,
that's it.
Yeah. Honestly, I think that's a great place to call it. I don't know. Hopefully, we'll look back on this. The universe 6 months from now will be like, that's when the universe decided to give Trent a Gong AE deal, not because he wanted it, but because Eric wanted it, and everybody else.
Maybe we'll have to run this back whenever I do accept the position. So yeah. We'll see if everyone's interested in hearing that.
Oh yeah. Well, cool. Unless there's anything else, man. Solid pod.
That's it. A lot of fun.